say 55 is actually quite strong for us. The growth in the past 4 to 5 months has been really, really strong. Since we bought on a new PPC agency back in March.
All right, welcome back, guys. So I'll be talking about what most social media marketing agency owners don't really talk about, online, on YouTube. I can't really find any people who really talk about their honest experiences and the difficulties of running an agency. Personally, I have, talked about a lot of positive things because I love to remain positive and I'd be an inspiration to most of you guys out there who are watching my videos. And, it's a great business model. I would recommend it and I would totally do it if I were you guys. And if I were to start again, I would totally start an agency because providing a service is, low cost of startup. You're providing your expertise as a service rather than selling a product which requires, cost of goods sold and paying for your products, which like dropshipping, which most of you are also pretty familiar with. But the first thing that I want to go through, which is a main difficulty, is outreach, right? Finding clients and closing clients. So let's go through finding clients first. The primary source of outreach that I do is cold email. Okay, most of you guys watching my videos do know that I use Lemlist and I reach out to business owners online through cold email. And the first month starting out, it was a complete grind. I'm sorry guys if I sound like a little sick. I have some sort of allergy reaction for some reason. Yeah, so cold outreach, difficulties of that. I was getting pretty good open rates all around. From when I started to now, I was getting pretty great open rates. But the reply rates, the booked call rates were always quite low. Until I really started iterating my offer and kind of slimming down my offer. So one thing I always preach to the people who are watching and my students is one thing is, okay, you got to keep your offer and your service streamlined in order to really charge more for your clients and really get more replies, because this does a lot of things. First thing, if your offer and your service is more streamlined and more direct, so let's say I do Facebook ads for streetwear clothing brands. That's a pretty good offer that I would pretty much go with. But what I would do to add some sexiness on top of that is to say, okay, we run Facebook ads for clothing streetwear brands, and we guarantee at least a 2.5 ROAS on your Facebook ads. If we don't do that, you get your money back or we don't get paid. Okay, something like that is a great offer because first of all, it speaks directly to your target audience. Okay, you should be specifically reaching out to these clothing brands, which are streetwear brands, right? First of all, this makes them feel like they are, you're talking to them directly. You've done your research and you're a specialist at what you do, and therefore you can charge more, right? And secondly, what this does is that this positions you as an authority and also gives them the vibe that you're experienced and you're pretty niche down and you're just mainly known for doing what you do for streetwear brands. So this also gives you more credibility, and also they're more willing to pay you, higher retainers on my experience, okay? Rather than or compared to if you were to provide multiple services like, we do Facebook ads, email marketing, we do SMS marketing, we do Pinterest ads, we do TikTok ads for DTC e-commerce businesses, which probably most of you guys are doing right now. You guys are probably just pushing that service saying, we run Facebook ads for e-commerce businesses. That's the most boring offer. It does not work anymore, guys. It works in 2017. It's pretty much untapped back then, but right now you need to kind of, stand out, right? You guys need to stand out. And most of you guys who are messaging me on Instagram are saying, hey, Hugo, should I be sending 200 emails per day or should I be sending 20 personalized one? And to be real, man, it's a pretty tough balance, right? I'd love to be completely honest and speak from experience here. And from my experience, it's trial and error, okay? I can't just be like, 20 personalized. Yeah, personalized emails are the way to go in 2022 and also in the coming years. But I would love you guys to strike that balance. So do for 1 week, try sending out 200 emails to your target audience or your target niche, speaking to those business owners. Have a really sexy icebreaker, good subject line. And then test, how is your reply rate? What is your booked call rate? What is your cost per booked call, right? How much are you spending to get that prospect on a call with you? And how many of those prospects who are on a call with you do you actually close? What is your closing rate? Get very specific with your numbers and be very in tune with what's happening in your business, right? And then you can make changes, right? It's got to be like a science experiment, guys. This is all just a game. And this is what makes it so fun for me. Grinding to finding out which email works best and then doubling down on that, scaling that single email to more of your audience, right? So that is the number one difficulty that, most people don't talk about, which is iterating your offer, tracking, the numbers that you're doing for your emails and your outreach. I also do this for Instagram. So the other day I actually signed a client through Instagram. I sent them a voice message, which most of you guys can do. And I teach this in Wi-Fi Money Masterclass, which is launching in mid-September, by the way, but I'm not gonna talk about that too much in this video. I signed the client for $5K per month. It was actually yesterday. I posted on my Instagram story. If you guys are following me, if you guys are not, it's at Hugo Fitzo. Do appreciate if you guys do give me a follow. I post and I'm more active on there. I sent them a voice message, which in my experience, I'm just gonna lay it on you guys, is way more sexy than just sending a text message saying, oh, hey, I'm Hugo, I own an agency, and we do this, and I'd love to hop on a call with you. All right, that's too much commitment from one message and from your first message. What you wanna be doing is you wanna send a voice message, which first of all it sparks the curiosity. This guy just sent me a voice message out of nowhere. Let me just hear what he has to say. And if you have charm like me, then it's kind of good to, I'm kind of confident that, you're going to get replies. So do work on your charm, do work on your tonality of your messages when you're doing outreach and voice message outreach. So that's the number one difficulty, which is outreach, okay? Iterating your offer, tracking your numbers, and being very specific with your closing rate, your book call rate, and everything like that, how much you're spending per book call, because it's your money, right? You want to put that to good use. I could put that into ads and maybe get a couple more leads. Be very specific and be very selective. And also don't fall in love with one type of outreach. Don't be romantically attached, right? There's not a lot of people talk about this. People push, oh, just do cold email, this works for me, so you should do that, or you should do more cold calling. But yeah, I always encourage you guys to work on your strengths and work with your strengths, right? If you're great at closing deals on call, then do more of that, right? But don't let that, don't shy away from the other possibilities of different other forms of outreach, okay? At the end of the day, outreach just gets you to one point, getting a book call, right? So it doesn't matter what deliverable you use as long as you get to the end point. If you're doing cold email and it's kind of working out for you, find out what's not working and then fine tune it, right? Do more split tests, refine your offer, slim down your offer and slim down your niche, right? I guarantee that you guys are gonna see more results. All right, so number 2 is sales, okay? So objection handling and handling your sales calls like a beast. Most people don't talk about sales in SMMA, and I usually only see those in courses, but this is one thing I wanna go through in this video, all right? So that's number 2. So when you guys do hop on those sales calls, you guys need to be, having a routine, all right? So every day, I dedicate a certain amount of time, like 1 hour or half an hour, to reviewing my sales recordings. So if you guys are not recording your calls, then you guys are missing out on a lot. Take a look at the top performing athletes. They always watch game film. They always look at what they're doing, and even boxers. They look at their form. They look at how they can improve. Always look at what you're doing and actually analyze it, day to day. As you get better at sales and you're looking at last week's recording, you realize that you're probably making a lot of mistakes on those sales calls. So the second thing is do record your sales recordings, know how to handle objections properly. If you guys are enrolled in the masterclass, then you guys will receive a 3-hour training on that. You guys can go through my 30K day pay in full and also have access to my sales script, which I'll be going through those recordings with you guys. Yeah, you guys need to handle objections, but the number one tip that I can give you for the sales module is that you guys need to be asking quality questions. By the quality of the questions, the prospect should already feel sold, all right? You shouldn't really have to, because you should be asking questions no one has ever asked them before. When those business owners get approached by an expert who's asking some quality questions, some difficult questions, they're really diving deep and analyzing their issue and where they're at, they really already kind of feel sold. And they feel like, okay, this guy actually cares and wants to know more about my situation and is not just here for the sale. So that's the approach you guys should be taking for your sales calls. And what I teach in the masterclass isn't just how you should handle the sales call as a whole, but how you should position yourself in front of these business owners, how you should present your service, your business, and in front of the market, all right? It's the positioning rather than, what you should say on the sales call and exactly, I should say this at a certain time. I should, follow the script at this certain time. All right, scripts do help, but they should be dynamic and they should be unique for every single client and every single prospect that you are on a call with. But that's the number one tip I could give you. Position yourself as an authoritative figure and don't fuss about the small things of like the script and everything. Okay, do Learn how to position yourself properly in front of the business owners, and hence they will see you as a leader. And you know, people buy from leaders, people buy from people who support their vision, and that's ultimately what sales is. So number 3, the third thing that most people never talk about in SMMA is service delivery. And this is probably the most important part of, you know, owning an agency, is the service delivery part. How you handle your service, how you provide your service, how you position your service, all right, and how you deliver it. How can you maintain an exceptional client experience for your clients so that they can never leave you? No one talks about this. Everyone talks about, oh, how to sign a 10K per month client, which I also do on my YouTube channel. But this is also very important. This is crucial, right? How do you deliver your service in a way so that clients start referring you? How do you deliver your service in a way that you can start signing 2, 3, or even 4-year contracts with your clients and make them not even question it, make them feel like it's a short time, right? I have a 5-year contract right now with a DTC fashion brand. And that is because in the first 3 months, they were kind of skeptical. They were kind of skeptical before working with me. They're like, oh, I'm not comfortable with doing a 6-month contract, Hugo. Can we do a 3-month? And I'm like, we don't typically do that, but we could do that for you because we're very confident that you'll be signing us for longer after that. And I called it as it is. They're now signing a 5-year contract because they see that we're great for the business without having me on as, you know, their Facebook ad or the media buyer guy. They feel like they're missing out. They feel like I could be, you know, signing other brands and helping them do more work, and therefore they will be at a disadvantage. All right, so always, it's all about positioning, guys. Position yourself as an expert. Okay, be very charismatic on your sales calls and deliver your service properly. Be very good at what you do. All right, I'm great at what I do. I'm great at Facebook ads because of my experience in dropshipping. All right, I'm always on top of things, and you guys should be too. Don't just focus on, oh, I'm just gonna sign clients every day. Work on refining your skills. Work on refining your service delivery. Work on being great at what you do, and work on yourself. Before you serve others, you need to work on self-improvement. If you can't be the best possible version of yourself and your skill sets, and having the best possible version of your skill sets, how are you supposed to serve other clients properly? Like, let's say you're Superman. If you weren't as strong as Superman, how could you help others? All right, it's kind of the same concept. I'm not sure if you guys are following, but hopefully you guys do. But yeah, that's the third thing, service delivery, guys. Giving them a great experience overall. Creating a product or a service that clients are dying to buy and dying to have you on for as long as possible. Yeah, so these are my 3 tips, guys, and the 3 things that most people don't talk about on YouTube. And I hope you guys found some value. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys in the next one.